Welcome to the Northern Powerhouse interview series, where we're unashamedly spreading good news by interviewing Northern businesses and their successes during the pandemic. Subscribe to be notified of new interviews or click the link in the description to take part if you'd like to be interviewed yourself in a future episode.
Could you mind introducing yourself? Tell us what you and your business do and how you help your clients.
Yep, I'm Clinton Lofthouse and I run Clinton Lofthouse Photography, and I also run an agency called Rebel North Creative. My freelance work, I create entertainment and advertising images and conceptual artwork for brands and people or businesses. And Rebel North Creative is a brand and content agency which focuses more on the branding strategy, the branding identity, and also on the video content and image content.
Brilliant. No, so I've been, obviously, we had a brief chat before, and I've been looking around some of your stuff. There's some brilliant images you do with your son every Halloween, which is just amazing stuff to see. But also see you do works with like Liam Payne. You've done some work with recently.
Liam got in touch a couple of weeks before I did those images. Him and his creative director got in touch, just said that they'd seen my work, they liked it, they liked the style of it, and then he just told me what he was looking for, and it was obviously because it was in my style. I thought, yeah, I can do that quite easily. So did that for him, and then they came back a little bit later on as well because his management loved the images and lots of other people loved them. So yeah, we've been speaking about doing something else as well. So hopefully that'll come off in the future.
Oh, brilliant. Like you say, between you and Rebel North, you've worked with some big brands, some big names.
Yeah. We worked with Nike as well, which was just concept work, which is it's not the hero work, but it's still good work.
You're talking to an ex-prop forward, pal. I know what not the hero work looks like.
Yeah.
So, I mean, looking back over the last 8 months, how's COVID affected you?
I would say the main thing is the on-set shoots or the people shoots. So, but I had quite a lot of photography work going on. Obviously, as we went into COVID, a lot of that got put back, or people just couldn't do it. So we lent on more of the digital work. So we can still do editing. We can still do image creation, but we might have to use stock images instead of actually going onto a set and shooting people. It's just, you just got to adapt to it. I think as soon as it started happening, I thought, well, I kind of could guess what was going to happen, so I started putting more marketing out for the digital work. And it kind of paid off as well, because I got a lot more work coming in on that side of things, which kind of made up for the loss of the photography side of things.
So in essentially, we look at how you've adapted and sort of overcome. It was seeing the arm of your business that you knew would be challenged, and seeing the one that you could do, and just swinging your focus and sort of putting your efforts into that one.
Yeah, it's like humans are great at adapting to anything. I think if you can kind of have a little bit of foresight and just kind of think ahead and not panic, then you should be able to adapt to anything, really.
No, I totally agree with you. And sort of some of those adjustments, can you say, like, because you put your time and effort into the digital side, you sort of saw a lot of wins there. I mean, adjustments you're going to keep on doing going forward. You're going to keep your efforts there, or once the world hopefully one day opens back up again, branch back open again.
Well, it did feel like it was starting to become a little bit more normal. I was starting getting people coming in more with photography stuff, and then all of a sudden lockdown 2 happened, and it's kind of gone back to where I was. So yeah, still now again just kind of focusing on the digital side of things, or the not in-person things, education, selling tutorials, creating artworks, but just using stock images instead of doing the shoots as well. So yeah, it's just kind of gone back to where we were in like the beginning of the year, April or whenever it was.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, and that's sort of the next sort of question hinges on that, really. Like, obviously we're going into lockdown 2, and no one wants the lockdown 2 to look like the beginning of lockdown 1, because obviously lockdown 1 was horrendous for a lot of people. So if you sort of this time going into, what will you do differently, or we'll put another way, if you could go back to March, what would you have done sooner?
I think I did everything that needed doing. I can't think of anything else I would do. Literally anything person wise, like meeting people in person, just seems to be out. So I think I'm doing everything that I need to do. So I'm just kind of following what I did last time.
Yeah. Would you say you reacted fairly quickly in March to? I mean, you said you sort of saw it coming. So did you have everything more or less
Yeah, I was one
seamlessly?
of those people in January who was going, "Oh, have you heard about this?"
There you go.
And everyone was joking around about it. But then eventually, it got to like the end of February, and everyone started taking it seriously then.
No, I think, and in all honesty, that's kind of a thing in itself, sort of keeping a weather eye open, isn't it? Sort of,
Yeah.
don't worry about the future, but there's a difference between not worrying and not looking, isn't
Yeah,
there?
I can just remember I watched a documentary about viruses. Like it must have been 15 years ago, around that time, and it always stuck in my head. It said that the most common, the scientists reckon that the most common thing they agree on is that would be a virus that would probably either end the human race or cause like quite a lot of disruption.
Yeah.
And that just stuck in my head. And then when I kept hearing about this disease, this virus in China, I was like, yeah, this could be it.
Yeah. No, that's the thing, like you say. And did you have a plan ready? Would you say like January, February, when you saw it coming, you thought, "Do you know what, if this hits, I'm going to have this ready," or?
Well, I just started kind of reconnecting with a lot of clients who I did a lot of digital work for. And then I just kept focusing on relationships where a lot of the work was where I didn't have to be there in person. And then I contacted people with a few ideas of things, maybe what we could do together, and collaborations as well.
No, brilliant. So, I mean, what are you most looking forward to? Obviously, getting back in front of people, presumably.
Yeah, just I am missing the person to person stuff, definitely. Like when it started, I was like, "Oh, this is fine. It's not actually that bad." But then, yeah, I'm really missing it now. To be fair, like I miss the networking. I miss the working in the Hiscox and having people around me to chat to and work with. I miss going on sets and shooting and getting my camera out, and the kind of fun you have on a shoot on a set it's just, I don't know, yeah, it's just a lot of fun, and I'm missing that kind of fun at the moment. As you can see, I'm doing a lot of sitting in my bedroom on my my desktop computer.
Aren't we all, pal? No, I
Yeah.
know. Now, what about on a personal level? What are you looking forward to?
I was looking forward to Christmas, but it just depends if that happens now.
Yeah, true.
But yeah, no, I'm kind of I focused a lot on fitness as well through lockdown. So I'm just gonna kind of start doing that a little bit more, going out kind of in nature a little bit as well, just getting out of the house, I think, and exploring a little bit.
No, I think it's a really important thing, and sort of, one of the things, sort of looking at what you've learned about yourself during this time, and I think that's, for me, I think the mental health kind of side of working from home and being stuck inside has been huge. I mean,
Yeah.
Do you have any sort of feelings and thoughts on that? Has you noticed anything in yourself or anything that's helped in those situations?
I'm quite resilient, I think, mentally. I had like about 2016, I had quite a bad year mentally because my granddad died and he was like my father figure. And I think I went through that and I kind of learned a lot of things from that, which I still kind of carry with me now. So at the beginning of lockdown, I was completely fine. And I still feel okay now, but there is like an underlying, I don't know how to describe it. It's like an underlying feeling where I said I don't feel depressed or down, but there's like a little underlying feeling underneath it all. I think it's just because we don't really know what's going to happen or what's going on, but it doesn't stop me from doing anything. I just carry on. But yeah, maybe it's just like a little bit of a blunting of the sharp edge.
No, and I'm with you. And I think a lot of people share that sort of slight sense of uneasiness almost, because it's that not knowing, isn't it? And I think, one thing I feel has been massively highlighted through all this is how you deal with, being working at home, being in the same place, not being able to do the things you want to do. And it's just finding those little hits and tips. And as you say, get outside. I think it's a huge one.
Yeah, definitely. As soon as I go outside, I feel it just feels so much better, especially. And then if I go a little bit further into like where there's some greenery and woods and places like that, it feels even better. Yeah.
Yeah, top man. So what does the future look like, Clinton?
Well, the future hopefully is this kind of COVID situation sorts itself out at least a little bit, and then just getting cracking on again with making more connections, getting bigger clients, creating campaigns. Just kind of taking up the agency up a notch.
So 5-10 years from now, COVID's gone.
Yeah.
Rebel North's taken over the North.
Yeah, well, hopefully more than the North. I would
Yeah,
like
good lad.
UK and maybe a little bit of America.
Oh, good man. And what do we see as the main challenges to that going forward?
um,
Ignoring COVID.
yeah, a
Ignore
lot of my clients are international anyway. Freelance wise, definitely, it's a lot more international than it is local.
that.
So I'll probably just use and lean on those connections to get the more international agency work as well.
No, perfect.
I think,
Yeah.
I think anything's possible. Like the end of last year, I kind of set a goal to do some work for Nike, and then in January I did it. So it's like a month or something before
Yeah, done.
yeah, it was quite a quick one.
No, brilliant. You know, it's big thing, goal setting and having a clear thought in your head.
Yeah, definitely.
We talk about sort of setting things and being specific, like you say, working with a big brand it's a nice thought, but saying I want to work with Nike
Yeah,
really focuses your thoughts and your actions.
yeah. I think that's actually one thing about lockdown is it makes about this pandemic situation. It makes actually goal setting a little bit more difficult. Again, because you don't really know what's going to happen.
Thanks for watching. What was your takeaway from today's interview? Please post it in the comments below and subscribe for all our upcoming videos or click for the next video here.